Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Evan Knits Things YouTube channel. I'm Evan, and I knit things. Welcome if you're here for the first time, and welcome back if you're a regular. I'm so glad you're all here. You can find me here on YouTube, also on Instagram and Ravelry under the same name, Evan Knits Things. And today is podcast episode 16. So today I have for you some finished object things, a small amount of WIP progress stuff, and we're going to chat a little bit about the Knit Picks summer sale, and we'll have some book chat too. So let's jump right in. First, let's talk about finished objects. I have 3-ish, kind of. Not really, maybe, but kind of. So, you have seen this before. This is my Cottagecore Crop by Mezzo Makes, or Kate Garden. I finished this before, but I wanted to do some tweaks, if you recall. I was going to sew down the button band, but that was too much work, so I just sewed the button holes smaller so that they can't open as easily. So I did do that, and then I wanted to do an I-cord around the neckline, and I did that as well. Look how nice that looks. So, this is officially finished. I was gonna block it again after I did the I-cord, but I tried it on and I think it looks fine. So, this is gonna go in my sweater cabinet now. So, that's all finished. Oh, and this yarn is by a dyer that I don't support anymore, so that's why I didn't say anything about it. But it's a merino nylon blend, and this is gorgeous, and I am going to wear it tomorrow. Oh, for your reference, today, for me, is Monday, July 8th. Tomorrow, when this goes live, so when you're watching this, it will be Tuesday, July 9th. So keep that in mind for summer sale stuff that we talk about later. The next finished object, which is also a kind of, not really a little bit, but kind of finished. This is the Padstow Cardigan that I was test knitting for Victoria Marchant Knits. It is knit up in 2 different bases of Red Door Fiber Studio. This is her alpaca sock base in the colorway Lavender Latte OOAK, which means it was a one-of-a-kind and you can't get it anymore. And this is her Surrey base, and it's the colorway Misty Step from her Dungeons and Dickheads collection. I think she just recently did overflow for that, so maybe you can get some, but I don't know. You'll have to see. And then I know she's doing a bunch of stuff for Flock Fiber Festival, so maybe you'll be able to get some there. But these two together, stunning. Stunning. This is what I have left. I used 1 whole skein, and this is what I have left of the second skein of the alpaca sock. And I used 2 skeins, and this is what I have left of the third skein of the Surrey. So it doesn't require a ton of yarn, this pattern. Now, let's get into this. Okay, so when I signed up for this test, I was a significantly different size than I am now. So this doesn't fit me at all. So I completed the test, I did the feedback form and all of the info, and now I'm going to rip this out and knit it again at a smaller size, because I do really like this pattern and I do want this in my wardrobe, but this size just doesn't work for me. So I need to knit a lot smaller of a size here. I can show you. So I didn't weave in any of the end, or I didn't trim the ends. I did weave them in, but they're not trimmed. Like, I'll usually weave in the ends, block, and then trim the ends, just so, like, I know after I block it, ends aren't going to pop through the front. So none of the ends are trimmed, and the neckline is way too big. So if I were keeping this, I would put some elastic in the neckline. But I think that's mostly just due to sizing, because when I signed up for this test knit, I had thought that I had a 15.5-inch bicep circumference. Now, that may not have been 100% accurate because I had changed sizes a bit at that point, but I didn't remeasure because I didn't think I had. But apparently I had. So this pattern is intended to have about 2 inches of positive ease on the bicep. So this sleeve has a 17.5-inch bicep circumference. Now my bicep, I just measured it this morning, is now 13 inches. So that's significantly more ease than I would like in my sleeves. I do like some ease in my sleeves. I hate tight sleeves, but that's too much. And I knit what should have been a 48 inch chest circumference. I now have a 40-inch chest circumference, so that's just more ease than I typically like. So this did knit up really fast when I worked on it exclusively, so I am going to unravel all of this. I'll reset the yarn, and then I will knit it again in the correct size for me now. Because I would like to have one that fits me better. So I will measure everything on here and decide which size to pick. This pattern doesn't come out until October, so I'm sorry if you love it. You gotta wait a while still. Like, this lace is just really pretty, and it's different. And it's a really simple, quick knitting pattern because it has such a large gauge. And when the pattern comes out, I will be sure to let you guys know and tell you everything you need to know about it. And I'm not going to keep this on because it is 900 degrees. That's my dog. She's not usually allowed in here when I'm filming, but we're the only ones home. So she would just sit outside the door and whine if I didn't let her in. Come here. Come here. This is Lucy. Hello. Hello. Please don't kiss my face. Please don't kiss my face. Don't touch the mic. Okay, so she's going to go lay down in her bed now. Okay, she's laying down now. Apologies. Okay, third finished thing. Espeon! I did finish it. Isn't she cute? She looks great on my wall of Pokemon Cross Stitch. And that's number 8 of the 24 Pokemon Cross Stitches that I wanted to finish in 2024. So I've got 8 down. That's a lot left. I don't know if we'll do it. I don't know if I'll make 24, but we'll see. So that's that. Okay, so that's all the finished things. Let's talk about works in progress. So I have my Purl Soho project that I'm working on that I can't tell you guys about, that is enormous and is taking up 99% of my time. So there's not much other whip progress. Yeah. So besides that, I have been working on my Kuutar top by Sari Nordland. And my yarn for these is on my yarn minders. So don't mind that. Sorry, that was a terrible pun. Okay, So that's the one still connected. Here we go. All right. So this is the Kuutar top by Sari Nordland. I am knitting this up in yarn from dyers who don't dye anymore. Okay, so here is the front lace panel, which is finished. The front lace panel is finished. And here's the back lace panel, which I believe I have about 15 more rows on. And then I can connect these together. And then I don't know if we do the straps or if we do the body and then the straps. So I've made good progress on this. I believe when you saw it last, there were like 3 rows done. So, front panel finished. It's so pretty. Look how pretty it is. Back panel almost finished, and then we'll join in the round, and I hope to finish this in the next week or so. I would really like to. I don't know if that's even possible, but I want to. Final whip, that's right, there's only one more, this is my Musselburgh purse project, and it's not in my purse. This is the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. This has been in my purse since I started it. I am using 2 skeins of fingering weight held double, both from a dyer that I don't support anymore, but I wound them together, which was kind of a mistake because it turned into a twisty disaster, but that's what it looks like. One was a like pink, cream, and speckles, and one was a gray and hot pink, like what could have been a planned pooling. So here's a close-up. But anyway, this is not in my purse because I am ready to do the decreases at the other end. So if I have time this week between my other stuff, I will do the decreases at the other end, and this will be finished. And then my current purse project is now my husband's Musselburgh hat, which I am through 1 skein on, because I'm using knit picks, and those are 50-gram balls instead of 100-gram balls. So I have knit up 1 whole 50-gram ball on that. So it's like halfway done. Okay, so that's all the whip progress I have to tell you guys about. I need some help choosing yarn for a new cast on. I'm going to be knitting the Acadia Tank by Kristen, I can't remember her last name right now. On Instagram, she's Snitches Get Purled. I will put her name on the screen. I am test knitting the Acadia Tank for her. You can see the picture. It's super cute. I decided to go with this black, gray, brown speckle for the main color, and I can't decide between one of these two for the stripes. Like, this does have some lighter gray speckles, so I don't want the gray to get lost if that's what I use for the stripes. This is a dyer I no longer support. This is so old I don't remember. And this was a Sorella yarn oopsie that had been knit into a shawl that I never wore, so I unraveled it, and now I have this ball that obviously needs reskeined. But do we think pink or gray for the stripes of the Acadia top? I don't know. I need to swatch. I will probably swatch with both of these just to help me decide. Yeah. Okay, now, a couple other things I wanted to talk about. First is my Make 9. I have changed it about 6 times now. Not really, just like 3, but I just posted on Instagram this morning, or for you watching this yesterday, about what I'm thinking is my final decision for my Make 9. I can't find the page in my journal. Oh, that's because it's sticking together. Okay, so I need to put new pictures in here. The Keeper by JP Knits Things, I finished. The Cottagecore Crop by Kate Garden, I finished. The Padstow Cardigan by Victoria Marchant Knits, I finished, but I'm gonna knit again, but we're not. We're counting that as finished. The Acadia Tank will go here, which I haven't started yet. The Kuutar is gonna go down here, which we're working on. That's by Sari Nordland. The Skyline by Tor Yu is in progress. So that's like this half kind of done. Then the Pluses by JP Knits Things. Crown of Roses by Kathleen Simpson. Those two I don't currently have plans for casting on, meaning I don't intend to cast them on or swatch for them this month. And then I'm exchanging the Night Heron for the Book Club Cardigan by Sari Nordland as well. Yeah. So that's the current plan. I'm really indecisive. I am, and you know what? That's just how it is, and I don't care. And I may change my mind 30 more times, and if you don't like it, too bad. Anyway, let's talk. There's no what am I wearing today because I don't have any knits on because it's 900 degrees, and I don't have earrings or anything fancy on because I'm going for a run when I'm done for this. So I don't have any makeup on either. So it's real deal podcast week. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. We can do goals real quick. There aren't many. Goals for the past 2 weeks. I wanted to finish my Padstow. I did that. I wanted to finish Espeon. I did that. I wanted to block my Padstow. I did that. I wanted to choose colors for my Acadia Tank. I've changed my mind literally 15 times. So I don't know. I wanted to do a bunch of other stuff that I didn't do. Then for this past week, I wanted to work on a certain amount of my Purl Soho project, which I didn't get done. I wanted to swatch for my Acadia Tank, which I didn't do. I wanted to swatch for the Book Club Cardigan, which I didn't do. I wanted to work on my Skyline, which I didn't do. I wanted to finish my purse Musselburgh, which I didn't do. I did work 20 rounds of my Kuutar, though. Goals for this coming week are to work a certain amount on my Purl Soho project. I want to unravel my Padstow cardigan, pick a size, and cast it on. Just cast on, that's it. I want to start my next cross stitch, whether that will be Venusaur or Umbreon, I haven't decided yet. One of those two. I want to finish the lace sections and join in the round for my Kuutar, and I want to finish my Musselburgh purse project. And then if I get all of that done, which I find highly unlikely, I want to work on my Skyline some. I want to swatch for my Acadia Tank and swatch for my Book Club cardigan. So that's the goals. Look how cute I did this month's spread in my journal. Isn't that cute? And then here's my weekly stuff. And then this, just don't look too closely at the sample knit things. So cute, right? Okay. So let's chat about the Knit Picks summer sale real quick. Okay, so the day you're watching this is July 9th, which means today is a very special day of the Knit Picks summer sale. It is the one day only free shipping and 50% off a whole bunch of stuff. I will put the link to the 50% off everything in the description box with, I'll say this is the 50% off section, and I will put the free shipping code here on the screen the whole time I'm talking about this. So if you wanted to get some stuff, but you didn't want to spend up to the $70 for free shipping, now is the time. I will be doing that myself. I'm going to be getting 2 more skeins of the Oceania, and I may get a couple other things. That's not going to stay there now. Stay. And I may get a couple other small things. I need a wraps per inch tool. Since I clearly can't tell the difference between DK and worsted in my scraps bins, and somehow they got messed up. So, also, I am a Knit Picks affiliate. If you shop at the link in my description box, I get a small commission at no additional cost to you. And when I say small, I mean small. It's only 5%, sometimes 10%. We don't always know ahead of time. So, definitely check out the 50% off section and use that free shipping code. I'm using it for sure. So, if you want to do that, now's a great time. Finally, let's do some book chat. The past 2 weeks, I have been reading some books. I read Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood. Loved it. Loved it. 5 stars. Loved it. Loved it. Allie Hazelwood. Love her. Probably my favorite romance writer, besides perhaps Emily Henry. They're like excellent. Loved it. No notes. Fantastic. So that was that one. I also read The Legend of Darkstalker by Tui T. Sutherland, which was part of our Dragons read with my son and I. And that one was definitely the best one of the series I have read so far. It takes place like 2,000 years in the past from the rest of the story that we've read so far. But my son told me to read it now instead of at the end. And so I'll have to see why when I start book 6. Because they did like books 1 through 15, and then they did 2 like legends books, which take place, I mean, the first one was 2,000 years in the past. I don't know when the other one takes place, but I guess it's a legend. So, he told me to read it in between books 5 and 6. Judging by the little epilogue, I don't want to give any spoilers. I'm seeing why he wanted me to read it in between 5 and 6, but I'm kind of excited to read book 6 now, where I wasn't before. Let's see, what else am I reading? My husband and I are doing the tandem read Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. We're about 25% through both of them. I am much preferring the tandem read than reading Empire of Storms and then Tower of Dawn like I originally did. This is a reread for me. The series is by Sarah J. Maas, if I didn't say that already. It's the Throne of Glass series. These are books 5 and 6, I believe. I have read them before, but my husband has not. So, yeah, that's going better than the first time I read them. We also are listening to Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. because Sarah J. Maas is not always appropriate for listening when the children are around, and we had to drive them 2 hours away to camp this week. So we listened to Shadow and Bone to do that instead. Like, they had earphones on listening to a movie, but like we were listening via the car speaker. Now, Shadow and Bone is also a reread for me. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I love Leigh Bardugo. But my husband has never read it. He watched a little bit of the show when it came out, but only a little bit. I got sick not long after that came out, so we just stopped watching because I can't watch TV, and then he never went back to it. He may, though, after reading this. I think he's enjoying it. We're almost done with it. We've got about 2 hours left in the audiobook, so we'll finish that up when we bring the kids home from camp. What else am I reading? I feel like I read something else in these past 2 weeks that I didn't tell you guys about, but I don't remember what it was. And I am still listening to Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Again, I hate everyone but Kaladin. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I do really like the lore from way back in the day, like when what's-his-face has visions or whatever during the high storms. I like that, but I'm really not enjoying this book. Which is killing me. It's killing me because, like, okay, if you're a fantasy reader, the Stormlight Archive is, like, top shelf. Like, everyone loves it. Everyone's obsessed with it. I'm wondering if just Way of Kings is really, really slow. Like, I'm about 50% through the book, and I don't really like it. I refuse to give up on this one. I will finish Way of Kings. If I still don't like it at the end, then I may be done with the Stormlight Archive, and I may just read the rest of the things in the Cosmere, or at least the standalone books, like Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, and the Sunlit Man, and I may reread Tress and the Emerald Sea, because I really liked that one the first time I read it. But, like, I do remember how slow Mistborn was at the beginning, but I really liked Vin from the get-go. So, I don't know. I mean, everybody doesn't have to like Brandon Sanderson. Maybe I just don't like Brandon Sanderson. Like, his world building is great, but he's so slow at it. I just don't currently, in this particular weeks of my life, have the patience for how long it takes him to talk about everything. Last book, I just started last night, Geekarella by Ashley Poston. It's a little series that she did. It's kind of like a Cinderella retelling, but this girl is a super nerd who's obsessed with Star Trek that's not Star Trek, because, like, copyright law. I also love Ashley Poston. She is an incredible romance author. I believe she just had a new book come out, a novel love story. I definitely want to read that. I'm looking at my new release things I wanted to read this year, and there's only 2 left on it, which is A Sorcerer Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher, which doesn't come out until the end of August, and The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon, which just came out this past week, so I will have to check that out, see about getting that, because I really liked the first one in the series. The Undertaking of something and something that I can't remember at the moment, and I can't look it up because I'm recording on my phone. I'll put the title right here. I really loved that one. 5 stars. It was, oh my gosh, it was heartbreaking, but so good. So I was really looking forward to the second one in this series. Also, the world is, like, really crazy, and we learned, like, nothing about it, so I want to know more. I really like Megan Bannon as well. So, I think that's all I have for you this week. Go check out the Knit Pick Summer Sale. Follow me on Instagram. Like and subscribe here. The video from 2 weeks ago is doing really, really well. For me, is doing really well. But like, literally only 10% of the views are from subscribers. So guys, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe please. It really helps me and YouTube to tell people that you like my videos. So, definitely subscribe, and I will see you back here next time. Bye!